Welcome to Empowered. I'm Elizabeth Namofsky. When life feels like a never ending performance and structure is your only safety net, exhaustion and overwhelm often follow. But beneath the hustle, there's a quiet longing, yearning, not just for relief, but for joy. Today, we invite you to pause, breathe, and explore the path from surviving to thriving. Let's discover how embracing a softer life can reconnect you to your calm, your joy, and the truest version of yourself. Today, I'm joined by Kim Skermer, founder of the Approaching Method, a division of RST Private Planning Group, Inc. Finding the calm, what does that exactly mean? Kim, welcome to Empowered. Finding the calm, what does that exactly mean?
We're gonna find out.
Okay, so let's begin. We've built an entire philosophy around redefining success. When did you first realize the traditional version of success actually wasn't working?
Mhm. Our minds work in patterns all the time. And so it's not just one moment, it's an accumulation of many. And that accumulation came to that point when I was willing to give up a high six figure salary and do something different because I saw that it wasn't working. So when we look at success, there's so many pieces out there or markers that are out there from influencers, from people who don't live your life or understand that background story that we don't capture enough. So, with sitting and in that wonderful world I did have as a senior executive, I got to see these pieces that couldn't be solved from a boardroom table. It was something completely different. So that was that scary moment when I said to my hubby of, "Are you ready to be poor for a little while? Because I have to do something different."
So that's huge, though. That's a huge dramatic change in your life. And
Yeah.
I want to talk about like, you describe yourself as both a coach and a
Mm.
strategist. How do those two sides of you work together or sometimes collide and not speak to each other?
Our world is filled with strategies everywhere, right? So I coach in the advice based industry. So I coach people and give advice to people who give advice for a living. And that's a very difficult world to live in because it's not a commodity, right? It's emotional and it has to be carried through. So, this world of strategy that's out there everywhere, and we see it. Buy my program from 1997 when it's actually valued at $5,000. But today, because I like you, I'm going to sell it for 1997. But there's strategy everywhere. And the reason why this fails is because no one is there to help carry people through this. Businesses are built by people, by human beings. So that world of strategy doesn't work alone. There has to be structure. Then you have to build the right strategy. Then you have to apply the right tactics. And so that does take a strategist and it takes a coach to guide them all the way through there, through the lumps, the bumps, the triumphs. The part where it kind of collides with me is I love patterns. I love seeing patterns. And what starts to happen is the strategist in me kind of goes, well, just do it this way. And I kind of fight with the coach side of me, the softer side of me, where it has to sit with people. So it's a very interesting dance, but it has to have logic and connection. And it's incredibly important to have that.
So, we all have anxiety and we all stress about
Mhm.
anxiety. Like everybody thinks it's a negativity that you have to deal with. However, you've said that your anxiety became your gift. Like that's such an unexpected way to frame it. What changed for you?
Mhm. I'll say this in a statement. Your intuition speaks in statements, and your anxiety speaks to you in questions.
Mm.
And I was questioning a lot of things. So I knew, and I had to go get help to disassemble. So we build and build and build all throughout our lives as women, achieving that first part of our life, the business, the kids, the husbands, the job, the identity, all that stuff we're assembling all this time. And we have this breaking point. Some people call it midlife crisis. Some people call it, if you're a Jungian, first life, second life. But there's this point in our life where that true, authentic self of ourselves, where our whole entire being comes together, we need to disassemble. And so it's funny how I see us as women sometimes as this Barbie in a case. And instead of saying assembly required, it's disassembly required to remove all these pieces. So it was a great, great gift. It absolutely was a gift.
Okay, so I love that because a lot of people stress about it and you embraced it 100%. I can't wait to talk to you in the second segment, so please don't go away. We'll be right back with more.